My opinion is on that is that Mayweather is the one to blame. Mayweather brought that. You got to be undefeated to be great, and I don't believe that.
All right? I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are you talking about?
What are you heard him. You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit.
Tuesday night fights featured Oscar Valdez in action, 27-0 with 20 knockouts against Jason Valdez. I'm sorry, Valdez has 21 knockouts. Jason Valdez is 29-6 with 21 knockouts. Lost 6 times. He's never been stopped. Now, the first half of this fight, I have to agree with Andre Ward. Oscar Valdez seemed like he was caught between two styles. Valdez is throwing a lot of punches, but he's landing a low percentage of them. Oscar Valdez is definitely the harder puncher. I like Eddie Reynoso as a trainer. I think he's the best trainer in boxing. But it seems like he's trying to train Valdez like Canelo. But Reynoso has to realize that everybody can't beat Canelo. Not everybody's talented as Canelo, and Valdez is one of them. Valdez drops Valdez in the 5th round with a beautiful left hook, and then finishes him in the 10th round with another left hook. Congrats to Oscar Valdez with the 10th round knockout. I think it's more things for him and Reynoso to work on. So I think Valdez should take one more fight before fighting Burchett. I think one weapon that would help Valdez is a consistent jab. And I know Reynoso and Valdez been working on defense, but I think against Burchett, Valdez is going to have to be a little more aggressive. That is my ringside report. Oscar Valdez wins by 10th round knockout. In other boxing news, Oscar Valdez said the reason why we don't see fighters fight the best these days is because they're all trying to model their career after Floyd Mayweather Jr. And he's right. You look at fighters like Errol Spence, Gervonta Davis. Errol Spence told us why he wouldn't fight Udonis Ugas. He said Ugas wasn't popular enough. His name does not move the needle. He's not a household name. Translation, if I'm going to lose to a guy, it's going to be like Canelo. I can't lose to Udonis Ugas because there's no value there. And you see boxing fans, not all boxing fans, mostly casual fans, they knock on Terence Crawford's record as a welterweight. But those guys he's fighting are pretty good fighters. They just don't have household names, except for Amir Khan. And he's right. In this era, if you lose a fight, people just disregard you. You know, you're nothing anymore. You lost 1 fight or lost 2 fights. Your value goes down. But back in the day, heavyweights could lose 3 or 4 fights and still be a pretty good heavyweight. You know, since Tyson Fury is still undefeated, and a lot of the fans from the UK, they think Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight in the world because he's undefeated. As you can see, Muhammad Ali had 5 losses. I still consider him the greatest heavyweight ever because his resume. Resume speaks volumes to me. Who have you fought? What good is an undefeated record if you haven't fought anybody? Now, is Mayweather one of the all-time greats? I'd be a fool not to say not. Yes, of course he is. He's one of the all-time greats. Can Tyson Fury become one of the all-time greats? Yes, he can. Is he there yet? No, he's not there. I always said, if you fight enough good fighters in their prime, that you're going to drop a couple of them. When you look at Manny Pacquiao's record, 62-7, 39 knockouts, 2 draws, 8 division titles, made a lot of money in his career. Now you look at Floyd Mayweather Jr., 50-0, 27 KOs, 5 division titles. Some people said he made $800 million in his career. Some people say $1 billion. He's made a lot of money. A perfect career. Who doesn't want a perfect career? Well, there are a couple of fighters that came out. On top of my head, I can remember 2. Bernard Hopkins and Ryan Garcia. So they'd rather have Manny Pacquiao's career. How can that be? Floyd Mayweather had a perfect career, and Manny Pacquiao has 7 losses. And Pacquiao's still fighting. It would not surprise me if somehow Pacquiao gets a 9th division title and passes Floyd up. In some people's mind, Manny Pacquiao is already greater than Floyd Mayweather. And also in some people's mind is not only who you fight, it's when you fight them. Is Oscar Valdez right? Did Mayweather start the era of ducking? Or duck them until they get old? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.